everyone, I'm Mitsahone, and it is Monday. That means it's time for one of my usual draft videos. I post one every Monday and Thursday, and this Thursday draft video will actually be on Arena. I finally figured out a way to record it. I have to use different software than this. I'm not going to have like an overlay or a webcam because my computer can't handle those things. But I did find a way to record it. Probably won't be the highest quality recording, but it's sort of an experiment, and I'll be interested in hearing people's feedback. There are definitely pros and cons between Magic Online and Arena. Arena, it's just you play one game. There's not matches. At the same time, you get to play like up to 8 games, and you after you lose 3, you're done. It's a lot like Hearthstone on Arena runs on Hearthstone. It was hard to say Arena because it's Magic Arena. And you draft against AI, not real people. But it looks a lot better, especially if your computer can actually process it while also, I mean, my computer can play it fine, just not when I'm trying to also record it with OBS. But it does look a lot better. I think it's a lot more intuitive than Magic Online. It'll be less of a hurdle for new players who want to play online. I mean, I guess I could do a whole video on my thoughts about Arena, but I think eventually Arena will be the future. I don't know whether that'll be a year from now or 2 years from now, probably somewhere in there that Arena will have full-blown drafts, and it'll just be the best place to draft. So it's good to sort of get a look at it in its beta state right now. So anyway, I'll be back with you guys when this draft fires. All right, so what do we have here? Well, this is an interesting pack. So just because of the options we have, Dismissive Pyromancer is a really good rare. He functions as a removal spell, and he can rummage for you in the meantime, and he happens to be a 2-mana 2/2, so he's got a lot going on. All of it good. Lich's Caress is just a great removal spell. It kills all the bombs in the format, and that's really nice. And Nightmare's Thirst is a really good spell when you can really get it going. Even on its own, it's not terrible. I think in the end, I picked the Pyromancer. The Lich's Caress is good. I mean, it's more than good, really, but this guy's removal and a bunch of other stuff. Sure, you have to leave mana up. He has to survive. There are arguments to be made, perhaps, to take the Lich's Caress here, but I'm not convinced by them. I think the fact that this guy's basically a Swiss Army knife of efficient creature, digs you through your deck, and also can operate as a removal spell when he needs to, makes him better than Lich's Caress. But they're close. They're pretty close, because he can't kill everything. Lich's Caress can. Okay. Well, Poison Tip Archer is nice, and sometimes even worth first picking. But in this case, I don't really want to I think because this pack has Shock, I'd probably just take it. I think it's the second best card in the pack anyway. I do like Abnormal Endurance a lot in this format, which you may have seen if you saw my What I Got Wrong in this format video, just because there's so many ways to abuse it. But I think we take Shock. And by abuse it, I mean there's lots of creatures with enter the battlefield abilities or leave the battlefield abilities in Doomed Dissenter's case. But yeah, we'll take the Shock. Ooh. Exclusion Mage versus Luminous Bonds. That's another conundrum. Which is better? I do think red-white is a better color combination. There's a lot of good red stuff in this pack too, but none of it as good as these two choices. But it does kind of suck that all 3 of these will be around pretty late, and people will be jumping into red because of it. But Exclusion Mage is really strong too. And blue-red isn't a bad color combination. Red-white I just think is the strongest. I don't know. I have a hard time saying no to Exclusion Mage. Mana War is a great card. And Luminous Bonds is really good, but, I think I take the Mage. I think I convinced myself. It sounded like I was going to convince myself to go the other way, but in the end, I did not. Okay, so Sparktongue Dragon's okay. Havoc Devils is okay. Moresco Swiftclaw's okay. This whole pack's basically okay. Nothing great. Motivator can be good in this deck, but I think we either want the Dragon or the Devils. I think I'm going to opt for the Devils here. Yeah, I mean, they're just way more... I think their stats are way more efficient. The Sparktongue Dragon's nice because there's occasionally Dragon synergies, and very occasionally... I've actually never done it in this format, if I'm being honest, but very occasionally you can shock something with it. But it's a little too occasionally. Salvager of Secrets is great. There's another Havoc Devils. There's also an Omen Speaker, which is very good. I think I take the Salvager, though. I like the grindy quality that you can have in a blue-red deck thanks to Salvager, getting back your shocks and electrifies and stuff. Divinations. Yeah, so I think I take the Salvager here. Have we gone? No, we took this first. I was going to say, did we have one of those drafts where we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Because that happens sometimes. Well, this pack's not very good. For anyone, really. I mean, a black deck is happy to have a Macabre Waltz and an Abnormal Endurance. So those are okay for them. I think we take the Scholar. If we end up with like a few artifacts, it gets to be playable. But without them, obviously, it isn't. Another Havoc Devils isn't exactly exciting, but neither is the rest of this pack for anybody else. So we'll take the Havoc Devils. Well, there's an artifact, but I don't think I want it. Sure, it's fixing. It can open us up to doing other things. And what else are we going to take here? I think we're happy with Tormenting Voice. I like it more than Hostile. The first one more than the Hostile Minotaur. I would take a Hostile Minotaur over a second one, but I'm not really seeing any signs that, like, this is an okay green card, but I get the impression that so far these packs haven't been especially strong. So Active Treason or Wall of Mist or Highland Lake. Wall of Mist will see play in our deck if we're a pretty defensive one. Active Treason almost definitely won't. This definitely will, but is the payoff worth more than a Wall of Mist, the having better mana? It might be. Yeah, I think it probably is. If we want Wall of Mist, we can get it. Hey, that's a late Disperse. That's a good sign. Those black cards are interesting. So Sure Strike's a decent trick. Thud. I mean, we're not going to have a deck that's good for Thud. I think we take the trick. Tolarian Scholar. Hopefully we don't play it. Take a Walking Corpse here. And a Crash Through. We might play Crash Through if we end up with a lot of Spells Matter cards. Other than that, it won't make the cut. But it could. And right now, Scholar of Stars. I'm hoping neither of these make the cut. Scholar of Stars can make it into the deck if we end up with like 3 or 4 of the Thopter making common. And like a random, like the 5-mana 3/5 guy who's a 5/5. If you have a blue creature, is going to be good in our deck. So him too. If we end up with just a few artifacts, he could be good. I've had pretty good experiences with him, running him just in decks with 5-ish artifacts and drawing a card with him most of the time. It does hurt when you don't because his stats are so terrible for the cost, but other than that, Salvager's in an okay place right now. I mean, so far I can get back Shock, Disperse, Tormenting Voice, less exciting. I mean, I kind of hope we don't play Sure Strike either, but it's not bad. Okay, so Sleep is really good. You have to be able to be a deck that can really curve out and be really strong on the curve and just kill your opponent very quickly for it to be good. But I think we have the makings of that. We definitely need to improve our curve, but it's better than the other options here. Like Instigator would be great, so would an Omen Speaker or another Salvager. But Sleep is considerably better than any of those, so we'll take it. Could use some Sleep. Fiery Finish isn't great. It's a pretty clunky removal spell, but it does get the job done. Disperse, another Salvager, Goblin Motivator are other options, and they're all fine. And maybe I should just want another Salvager. But I think one Fiery Finish. I think you basically always want one Fiery Finish in any deck that's not like an insane aggro deck. And yeah, our deck wants to curve out and everything, but it's not like Salvager of Secrets is pushing us in that direction either. So I think we take the Fiery Finish. But yeah, I mean, we want lots of 2s and 3s if we're going to play Sleep. Put this over here for now, just to see how many the actual number of playables we have. Well, Surge Mare is not bad. The green cards in this pack are nice, like Rabid Bite. I mean, but I think we just take the Surge Mare. It's a fine card. Casting it isn't always easy, but having a Highland Lake will help a little with that. So there's the Psychic Corrosion. As of now, we have Tormenting Voice, which works really well with it. If we take Psychic Corrosion and try to build that mill deck, we need more ways to draw spells, and we suddenly want to be more defensive, and it will probably be a deck that does not want Sleep, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Our deck can be grindy too. I mean, we've got a Surge Mare, Salvager of Secrets, Exclusion Mage. These are all things that work well with Psychic Corrosion. So I'm thinking about taking it. Gargoyle Sentinel's nice too, but I think this Corrosion is what we take here, and we see if we can make that work. I think it's possible. It is sort of like, you know, either we're going to play Psychic Corrosion or we're going to play Sleep. It's unlikely we play both. So Boggart Brute is more of a Sleep card, and it's what we're going to take here. More of a Sleep card than a Psychic Corrosion card. Going to kind of put them over here. They're two very different. They're basically both build-arounds. This one is much more of one, obviously. This can be played in basically any deck that has a nice curve. This can only be played in a deck that can make the game go long and has like nice card draw effects. So speaking of nice card draw effects, Anticipate's nice, but it doesn't actually trigger Psychic Corrosion because of the way you draw it. So I think we're going to take another Sleep card here, which is to say Viashino Pyromancer. Yeah, Anticipate's fine, but it's not something that I'm really excited about. Okay, another Sleep card in Boggart Brute. Looking sleepy here. I guess Hostile Minotaur. I don't love it, but I think it's what we take here. I mean, Field Creeper. I mean, it does increase the chances of playing Scholar of Stars, but I think playing one Hostile Minotaur seems okay. Another Salvager of Secrets, another Field Creeper, and an Explosive Apparatus. Right now, Salvager can get back Sleep, it can get back Fiery Finish, it can get back Shock, Disperse, and again, Tormenting Voice, less exciting. I guess our Pyromancer can be pretty good with Corrosion, incidentally. I think we take the Salvager. Darn. Don't really want a third one, but we are going to take it just to cut blue. Yeah, I mean, Gearsmith Prodigy is more likely to make her deck than Catalyst Elemental, but neither is very likely. Epicure of Blood. So there's a Millstone, so that's not nothing. So it is worth thinking about. Mistcaller. Yeah, no, we're not going to play it. I mean, it just doesn't do anything for the most part in this format. If your opponent has the Reanimation spell at uncommon, a couple of them, then maybe you cite it in. Another Sleep. Does that seal the deal? Does that put us to sleep for good? I think it might. Which means you guys get out of here. And yeah, we may not even run Salvagers in a deck that wants to sleep. But it is nice that it can get back Sleep. Divination's nice, but I think Sleep number 2 means let's take more and more aggressive cards. Yeah. Okay, Sleep number 3. I think we actually draw the line there. That might sound crazy, but Sleep is great, but there are definitely instances where it just doesn't do anything. You know, if you look at the game in quadrants, quadrant theory, as they talk about on LR Cast, there are times where it's completely useless, and there's too many of those for it to be a card you want 3 of in most cases. So our choices here come down to Shock, Dwindle, or Aviation Pioneer. Pioneer is definitely the most like aggressive of those cards, I guess, but it's not like Shock doesn't have aggressive uses. Dwindle is nice. It's not an incredible removal spell, but it is a nice one. Shock works with our Salvagers. Aviation Pioneer is just a good creature, and we do need more of those, I think, to be really happy with this deck. Yeah, we have 2 sleeps. Who needs removal, right? If you've got 2 sleeps, you don't need removal. Mirror Image is probably not great in our deck. Copying Exclusion Mage is kind of nice, I guess. Other than that, it doesn't do anything that exciting. But would we rather have a Divination in this deck? I don't think we would. Skilled Animator doesn't do anything in our deck. Yeah, I guess I'd take Mirror Image. It's a creature. So there's a volcanic dragon. Nice top curve, potentially. Another millstone. Question is, do we really need a top curve if we want to win with sleep? I think we probably just take shock instead. Okay, another aviation pioneer. Do we want the pioneer? I think the pioneer is better than the instigator. The instigator is nice, but I think pioneer is better. We could add a lot of millstones. Could we have built a mill deck? Another pioneer. Well, scholar of stars. Things are going your way. Yeah, I think we take another pioneer over instigator or hostile minotaur. If we could just get another one, that would be that'd be great. Double cast, cancel, Tolarian Scholar. We already have one, and we may end up playing it just because we need more creatures, but I don't think we want a second one. I think I'd rather just have a smelt for the sideboard. Okay, Dwindle or Omen Speaker. Omen Speaker is a creature, but not an aggressive one. Dwindle's an okay removal spell. And I'm not even considering Inferno Hellion. Sorry. It's between these two. Omen Speaker can help us hit our sleeps. I'm taking the Omen Speaker. Okay, Explosive Apparatus for Hostile Minotaur. Probably the Apparatus, and if I run 3 Pioneers in an Apparatus, I probably run Scholar of Stars. At least think about it. Another Dwindle. This time I think we take it. Comfortable Chill. Lava Axe. I mean, don't really want any of you. Could have had every millstone. Our deck would have been so bad if it was just a bunch of millstones. I hate to break it to you mill fans out there. We do have these Gearsmith Prodigies too. There might be something here in terms of throwing 4 artifacts into our deck. We've already got 3 because of the Pioneers. And then Explosive Apparatus is number 4. I still don't think that's enough for Gearsmith Prodigy to be worth it, even in a deck with Sleep. All right, so we do have these other artifacts, cards that care about artifacts, these 3, and we already have 3 artifacts in our deck, essentially. They count enough as artifacts for these cards. I don't think that's enough to run either of them, but if I put the Apparatus in, is it worth it? Nah, I don't think it is. I think that's trying too hard to make it work. Yeah, I mean, I think our deck as is pretty good. We do need to cut one thing. Might just be this mirror image. We just don't have anything really sweet to do with it, you know. It's better in the blue-white deck where you can like copy the Angel that gives your whole team +1/+1. I mean, yeah, if you play as a 3-mana Havoc Devil, that feels good. Maybe it's just this Hostile Minotaur, actually, but I do hate that mirror image. You know, I'm talking about Sleep not doing anything. Mirror image sometimes can really not do anything. You know, if you top deck it on an empty board after your opponent has like, you know, managed to destroy most of your creatures and all they have is like a 2/2, and you're like, well, most stuff I draw will do something, right? And then you draw this. Not a good time. At the same time, I mean, I have a lot of creatures in the deck. It's going to be able to copy most of the time something worth 3 mana. And we have a few into the battlefield triggers that are nice, like Salvager of Secrets, Exclusion Mage, and Viashino Pyromancer all seem pretty decent things to copy. So I think I talked myself into leaving it in and cutting Hostile Minotaur. We'll put in our Highland Lake. And we definitely want more blue than red, but probably not by as enormous of a margin as they're going to say. Actually, that's probably pretty reasonable. 10 blue sources, 8 red sources. Would you rather have 9 and 9? No, I think 10 and 8's good. Yeah. All right. This looks like a pretty good deck. We're going to hopefully put some people to sleep. Man, how's that for a starting hand? 4 blue cards and 3 mountains. We're going to mulligan. Luckily, our opponent did too. God. I think we have to go to 5. Oh my gosh. Well, put you on the bottom. You would be pretty good if we just had a mountain in our hand, but we don't. So you go away. It's maybe one of those matches where you don't really get to play. Hey, well, now we're doing okay. Especially if we can draw a third land and just go brute, attack. I think I'm probably just going to shock that. Like, I think about waiting to use shock, since right now I'm not actually doing anything on turn 2, but there's a decent chance we draw a 2-drop, in which case I'm going to be really annoyed. Because what I mean is I could wait to shock like a 3-drop instead, which is obviously way better. Yeah, I think we just shock this. If we draw a land here and then they play like a 3-2, I'm going to be annoyed, but, you know, okay, well. Or a not 2-drop. Yeah, if we hit a third land, though, we're in business for our board. Our board will get underway pretty quickly. Luckily, we both mulliganed. I mean, neither of us... Okay, well, obviously shock is terrible against that. Oh, good, we got our land, but it's that one. Oh, that's okay. I mean, we do have disperse if things get crazy here, like they do something insane. And, you know, taking 2 is not really a problem. I think playing the Pioneer first might actually be our best choice. Oh, man, that's annoying. So I could disperse. If they did it to the Goblin token, I would seriously consider dispersing it, but there's not any good reason to disperse the Instigator itself. So they've got us. They're definitely the beatdown right now, which is not really where a deck wanted to be. But we do, I mean, you know, with our salvagers of secrets and stuff, I think we can maybe make it work. Yeah, I think we play the Pioneer here. And she and her token should help slow down this onslaught, provided that they don't have inspired charge and stuff like that. If they attack with everything, there's a significant chance they do, but I think we still basically have to block, and I think we'll block that. And yeah, I guess we'll just take the other 2 for now. See what they have. The other 2 creatures, I mean, it's 3 damage. All right, there's an inspired charge. Hopefully that's the only one they have, right? All right, we're going to play another Pioneer here. The good news is they are running out of gas. We're not going to attack with anything. But if they have a second charge, it's not going to be good for us. We definitely, yeah, okay, good news. That's good news. That means they don't have another charge. All right, so let's attack with both our flyers. Actually, maybe I just attack with 1. Yeah, I don't have the courage. We'll just attack with 1. And then we're going to play Boggart Brute and have mana up for Disperse, should they use a trick or something. Yeah. I'll let my cat in here. Of course. Okay. So, yes, you're in here now. Yeah. So, Disperse will be great against combat tricks, so that part's nice. This time I think we can attack with both flyers, and we will. I think we just play both our creatures now and try to flip things on our opponent, and we become the beatdown. Of course, things could get ugly. There are several of those like really swingy cards in this format. Like, you know, we have Sleep, but they have the seismic, whatever, destroy land, only flyers can block card. So maybe it's safer not to go more aggressive, but I think I'm going to go more aggressive. It's not like I won't be able to... And then we'll play a Brute. Now we just need sleep, right? Yeah, they're flooding, which is not good for them, obviously enough. I think we start attacking with one Brute now, too. Both flyers and a Brute. Both Brutes? Nah, just one Brute. Probably block with both goblins? No. Interesting. We've almost evened things up here. Please don't be scary. Oh, that's pretty scary. Okay. Let's see what they do here. They are going to attack with everything. That's... How do I keep 10 damage on the table, but also kill some of these? I don't think there's a way to. Unfortunately, Disperse is not especially good against any of this. I could disperse the Goblin token. Yeah. So let's go to blocks. And you're not going to block anything. What are you doing? But this will block. And then I take 4 potentially. Let's see what happens. I think we disperse the Goblin token. And that means we only take 2. We kill that. They're down to just 2 creatures. Oh, nice. Am I brave enough to just attack with everything right here? I think I am. And then play Pioneer number 3. So obviously, if they want to block one of these, they have to lose their angels, so that's not really optimal for them. So yeah, they're just going to take that, go to 2, and then we will play another Aviation Pioneer. Right, so we're going to just block both of them to be safe. Yeah, all right. They flooded out in that one and sort of bailed us out, but I'll take it. Tectonic Rift, that's the card I was thinking of. Didn't see any smeltable targets. Uncomfortable Chill could be good against them. It's pretty good against Inspired Charge. But what would I cut for it? What would I cut for it? I don't know. Maybe like a Havoc Devils. Maybe a Salvager. I mean, we probably don't want to be super grindy here. I don't think we bring it in. Luckily, I mean, like Aviation Pioneer, Surge Mare, Omen Speaker, those are all really good against an aggressive deck. And, you know, yeah, they flooded, but we did have the benefit of playing some cards that just are annoying for an aggressive deck to deal with. Making 2 bodies for 1 card just isn't, especially when both bodies can trade. It means it's a 2-for-1, basically. So hopefully this time we don't go to 5. We did pretty good considering a mull to 5, but I guess the fact that they flooded probably counteract one another. You know, this hand's reasonable. Kill an early dude, bounce a dude, get shock back later. I'll take it. Ugh, he's a really early guy. Okay. What we really want them to do is just try to put an aura on it right now. Just put an aura on it. That's not an aura. So I think we probably shock this before it gets too crazy. That's not good. Not good at all. But this is going to start being a 2-2 and everything, and we don't exactly have a good start coming, so... I think we play our Exclusion Mage, bounce the Swiftclaw. It's enough lands, please. So the Exclusion Mage is nice here because I can bounce the Swiftclaw and then it can trade for either Goblin token. Slowing them down seems good when you have Salvager of Secrets in her hand. Definitely think I try to block one of these. Yeah, they didn't attack though. All right. We end our turn. These are actually, like, once we can get to that much mana, they're pretty nice here because they trade with all their creatures and they get me back a removal spell. Yeah, all right. If you want to use Sure Strike or something, I'm down. I think just slowing them down until we can get going is probably fine. This will be good. Get back our shock. They're probably really scared by the fact that we still have 5 cards in our hand, but most of them are useless. Oh, good. We didn't get to see that last game. We don't have a lot of good ways of dealing with that. This is not when... See, people talk about sleep always being good. It's not good. Like, we would have rather had a lot of things there than freaking sleep. Now, we can use it as a way to slow down our death, but I'm not ready to do that yet. Let's let them throw more of the cards out on the table. Yeah. Dragons, man. Oh, good. So, I think we shock one goblin token, kill the other one. You know, I think I'm just going to block this and take 9 and maybe 10 if they decide to. So we're going to have to use sleep here unaggressively, which means not good. Here you go. A lot of people think of sleep as like this amazing card, and it is. It can be, but not so much here. We're just dead to flyers, so... If we'd curved out and hit sleep, then it would have been nuts, right? Because, like, if we had a real board presence and theirs was what it was, then sleep would have been great, but that's just not what we did. So, didn't go so well. But I mean, obviously, it's good more than it's bad, but it's not... People need to think about it in terms of... what the heck did my cat just do? Made a loud noise. Not in terms of quadrant theory enough. Like, it's just not always going to be good, and it really wasn't there. We basically discarded a card to survive one more turn. And when you have no board presence, that's not going to do anything. So, I mean, unless they have no board presence. So, and it didn't. It didn't do anything. We got devoured by Lathless. Who would like to play first? We're not doing a good job on our hands here. I gotta mulligan this, I think. This one's better. If we draw into more aggression, then sleep will be nice. Okay. We don't have a 2-drop, but we have a nice 3-drop against them, and then also Boggart Brood, and the damage can add up. For sure. Got our Disperse ready to go. I kind of doubt we use it, but never know. So we'll play our Pioneer first. Nice. I like not getting attacked. I'm going to attack in the air and then play the Brute. We need another island at some point, so we can sleep. But for now, we're doing all right, I think. They don't have double white for Inspired Charge. That sucks. When they have 3 goblins in play, yeah, that is pretty savage. Okay, so oh no, we actually kind of need that island. That's right. Well, I think we tap for 1 in the air. Maybe I should have sided out Disperse. It's just so bad against them. So many of their good creatures have into the battlefield abilities. I'm guessing volley veterans coming in, and we are just going to take 4 to the face. I could Tormenting Voice, discard Disperse, I guess. I think if I draw a land here, I Tormenting Voice. Try to hit something. Yeah, so... Ooh. I like Mirror Image here. I guess we'll attack with our Thopter first, actually. I guess the bad news is they could potentially kill our Pioneer in response, and then all we get is a Thopter for our trouble. Could happen, but I think we go Mirror Image. Gah. I mean, we made him use an Electrify on that, but that still hurts. It makes it so these goblins are no longer easy to block. Not this turn anyway. I mean, obviously we have Omen Speaker. Hate it when I'm right about removal. Yeah, this isn't good. Their deck, I mean, the red-white deck is just so good when it comes together, and it doesn't need much help to come together. And so we are taking a beating at this point, and not ever going to get a chance to use sleep at this rate either. It's Omen Speaker. Another Pioneer will be good. Fiery Finish, not so much. And then we'll also play a Brute here. And we'll just end our turn. This time they're the ones who have a million cards in their hand, so... Oh, good. Those Drill Masters are so good. Yeah, I mean, I got to block the Veteran with my Brute, I think. And go to 4. Just where I want to be. Okay, so another Pioneer. Leave up Disperse and try to just sleep and get in for a bunch of damage. It's not going to be enough to kill them, though. Obviously. Got all those Thopters. Yeah. Alright, well, that didn't go so well. See you guys in the next one. Alright, match 1 didn't go well. We got sleep at not good times, and we hope that doesn't happen again. We also had to mulligan a bunch. This hand's pretty good. Wouldn't mind sleep showing up at the end of this curve. I mean, just Dismissive Pyromancer, Brute, Pioneer is a really good way to start. Or, you know, whatever order. Oh, good, red-white again. Good times. It is a really good deck, but... you know, I'm getting to the point in this format where I've seen enough of it, and I'm tired of playing it myself, too. Which, you know, this format I think was pretty solid, but it was no Dominaria. Like, I could have drafted Dominaria for another, like, 20 drafts, and this will be like, yeah, I'm ready for Guilds of Ravnica, I think. I'm ready to go. Okay, Gutter Snipe. Ooh, Omen Speaker might actually be what we have to play now. It's less aggressive. I guess Aviation Pioneer is not bad either. Yeah, I think we do that. So, I haven't seen that many red-white decks take good advantage of Gutter Snipe, but maybe they will. They just generally don't run enough spells. Havoc Devils is super good against just like a big creature like that who doesn't do anything other than be a big creature, so we're pretty happy about that. Yeah. Okay. Let's attack with our Thopter and then play Omen Speaker. Surgemare, you are pretty good here. Don't really think I want another island, though. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but I'd rather draw more stuff. We can also loot at the end, or rummage at the end of their turn, potentially. If we don't end up dispersing. I imagine we will. I'm planning on like double blocking the Havoc Devils and seeing if I can get them to play a trick. And if they do, then I'll use Disperse. And if they don't, I'll use Disperse. So, yeah, that's the plan. Okay, Hostile Minotaur. It's a little annoying on top of the Havoc Devils, but... Okay, so they're tapped out now, so we don't really need to think about it. I think we just disperse the Havoc Devils and take 3. Okay, Surgemare will be nice. Yeah, here I think we just play both Surgemare and Boggart Brute after we attack for 1. Come on, sleep. Where are you? My opponent could use a nap right now. Yeah, I mean, I would hit them for 16-ish, which would basically end the game. Is it better to cast Tormenting? Yeah, it probably is. I was going to say, if I draw land, is it better to cast Tormenting Voice or Dismissive Pyromancer? So they're going to wait a whole turn. Ah, crap. Oh, red-white decks. How I'm sick of thee. Okay. Come on over, everybody. So we'll block here. I think I'm going to block here. Don't want to do it, but I think I'm also going to block. Actually, there's a better way to do this. Block here. Do I want to double block? And then I take significant damage. Yeah, but I think turning off that haste is probably worth it. Yeah, okay. So we take 4. And you kill several things. We also lose several things. But to have a chance here, I think we need to thin this board out. I mean, in some ways, I don't think this deck is the optimal sleep deck. But we're also just getting it at inopportune times and not drawing it at the best of times. So we need that to change. Yeah. I think I'll go ahead and put Dwindle here. Less damage isn't good. Less things attacking me isn't going to hurt. That's for sure. Yep. Okay, so we're going to cast Tormenting Voice, discard a land. Okay. Another Surgemare seems pretty decent here. I could go with Omen Speaker, but having another 0/5 just seems better. Thopter can get back in there. A 0/5 that can potentially attack at an opportune time. Right, they're gonna Tormenting Voice. Bogger Brute. Yeah, that's annoying. That's not what I was hoping to draw. Alright, we're gonna end our turn. So we can double block the Brute, but I kind of doubt that's what we want to do. Oh, God. Maybe we do with Omen Speaker and a Thopter. That drops us to 5. We're pretty much dead. Stupid red-white deck. Okay, so we need to not draw a land here. Can we do that? Okay, not bad, not bad. Something else large. Can we survive, though? So I have to assign... I can take one of these, I guess. But the chances they have a way of pumping their whole team are unfortunately quite high because... they gave red-white a lot of ways to do that at common and uncommon for some reason. Okay. I'm going to block this. And then these are going to block that. And then I guess these are going to block this. Just too many ways I die. Okay. Right, that's not too bad. Sleep wouldn't be horrible right here. I could use it to draw a few cards, get in some damage, maybe draw into another sleep. Shock. How convenient that that is what they would reveal. Well, yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed this format for the most part, but I think I'm ready for the next one. I mean, who isn't ready for a return to Ravnica again? I actually missed. I played a lot when the first Ravnica came out, but when the second one came out, I didn't play anymore. Wasn't playing at the time. So this is my first return to Ravnica. Anyway. Okay. So the unfortunate thing is they can just turn any creature here that I try to kill into a dude, into potentially a card is what I mean. I'm gonna pump this Surge Mare so we can take this down. Oh crap. They were ready for that. We go to 4 and in land isn't gonna do it. So that didn't go well. What do we have to do? I feel like maybe we just like completely abandon any plan of being grindy to have a chance here. Bring in the incredibly mediocre cards that are at least able to trade. Maybe Uncomfortable Chill. I just don't think the chill's worth it though. Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll work. We just gotta hope we draw sleep at the right time. Like that's what has been dogging our deck. We've drawn it at bad times and then not at the times when it would have been ideal. Like, sleep would be good with this hand. That's generally why I'm not a huge fan of cards like it, though. I like cards that are always good or are always average sometimes more than I like a card that's like excellent or awful. I screwed that up. I could have gotten in for one more damage. Good. This is a good learning moment, though, because sometimes people are afraid to show their opponent how stupid they are when they make a mistake like that. So they're like, oh, I'm not going to play my Pioneer because then they'll think I'm dumb. It's even dumber if you don't do it because then we're not advancing our board at all. So I think I'm satisfied with our decision. Well, I think it's better to shock this. I mean, maybe it's better to... No, it's probably better to shock it. Attack for 4. Come on, sleep. There's a good chance we can shock whatever they play now and then play Havoc Devils. Depends what they play, of course, but... Yep. It's going to feel pretty good. They're going to shock something of mine. Yeah, my Thopter. That's a smart move. It takes 2 power off the board. Okay. Sleep? We do have Disperse, which will also work pretty well here, so... Yeah, it'll be really good here. So I think we go Disperse. Pioneer. Attack for 7. This game went really well for us. We were able to just keep them from sticking anything on the board, and we just kept playing stuff. It was pretty tempo-y. They could still drop a bomb here, though, and potentially find a way out of this. We're not crystal clear yet. Aha, there it is. Okay, well now we use it. Okay. Show up at a time when I'm not already winning, okay? Come on. Yeah, I mean, that worked out. I don't know how often it's going to continue to work out, but I'll take it. Right, not bad. If they have an insanely fast start, it's not going to feel so good, but... Don't play a 2-drop. You don't need to. Yeah, we'll just shock it. That's nice. That's not nice. Guess I'm going to play my Brute and just try to be the beatdown here, but not sure how well that will bode for me. All right, so we'll attack for 3. Shock, electrify. Not too broken up about that, although we do really need to draw some more creatures now. So I think I blocked the Pyromancer with my Pioneer. Okay. Get in for 1 here. Play a Surge Mare. End our turn. They're flooding. Question is, like, is it worth it for me to try to draw a card here? I think it probably is. If they have Electrify or whatever, then so be it. I mean, it's still a 1-for-1, right? And if it gets in, we get to loot. So nice. We hope that we can just kill whatever they draw, and we can, so that's good. This time we don't really need to loot, so I'm not going to. I could get in for more damage, I guess. That's probably worth it. Nope, not this time. We're just gonna play another dude who continues the beatdown. Maybe we just need to make our deck into the more, like, add explosive apparatus. Just make some changes that make it better for sleep. Although I don't think our deck's been bad for it. It's just, again, we haven't drawn it at the right times. Okay. I could pump it twice. I think I will. That drops them really low, and we're going to loot too. We may not be able to play what we draw, but that's okay. We drew a land anyway, so. And we'll hold on to this other one. All right, we won that match. See if we can do it again. And maybe I do change the deck up a little bit. I mean, sort of a knee-jerk reaction because it definitely performed better after we changed it. So, but well, I'll think about it. All right, so I do think I'm going to change it. I decided to put in the apparatus, both Gearsmith Prodigies, and cut Salvager of Secrets and Fiery Finish. I think that's probably just going to be a better deck most of the time. We'll see, though. I could be wrong, and again, it could be a knee-jerk reaction. You know, Salvager's great with sleep, but ideally you only need to cast sleep once, right? I mean, maybe we'll get to cast it at all, you know? So, yeah. Huh. 5-line hands are rough, but we're on the draw. I think we can keep it. You know, we got an early creature, way to interact if we have to. If we flood, we lose, but we're not going to do that. See? Told you. We still could, obviously, but we're off to a good start. That card is really good against Viashino Pyromancer, unfortunately for us. All the 1/3s are. Which, unfortunately, there's a lot of. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. So we'll burn them for 2. Maybe we exclusion mage that thing, get in for some early damage that we wouldn't otherwise get in for. Yeah, maybe. We just take 1, obviously, if they swing at us. It's not really a good... And let's see. Yeah, I think we exclusion mage and attack for 2 here. The other card costs more mana, it's true, but this lets us get in for damage. And that's a big difference. Still making them recast it in addition to adding our own 2/2 to the board is pretty nice. Obviously, though, the 1/3 can block both of them. Oh, good. Just what I was hoping they would do. Question is, do I just apparatus here? I think I'll play Aviation Pioneer. And then play the apparatus. Okay. Yeah, we'll take that too. Should I just use the apparatus now to take this down? Yeah, probably. That way, if they have Mighty Leap or something, we don't really pay for it. And we still get to leave Disperse up. Oop. So they're not exactly beating us down. I mean, they definitely have the better board position, don't get me wrong. But we could rally. Take 2. Wouldn't take much. Yeah, that'll help. Play Havoc Devils here, who can actually attack on this board, unlike everything else we have. I'll get another Aven Wind Mage. Why didn't we get any Aven Wind Mages? How many did I pass? I don't think I passed that many. All right, we're going to take 2 again. Havoc Devils number 2. I think we attack with our first one. We have the potential, like if they double block with, or triple block, we could get some nice value. Ah, they're just going to take 4. I'll take that. And then we'll play another Havoc Devils. We're going to hold on to this land. We have enough ways of looting and rummaging that I think we do that. Gross. Yeah, Sift is great, but when you have 2 Aven Wind Mages in play, it can be pretty savage. I may just bounce one of them. Discard a Frilled Sea Serpent. You know, I know we changed our deck, but it may actually be better now to side into the grindier deck. Yeah, I'll disperse one of those. Because these 1/3s and things are just going to slow us down. They're going to make our aggressive plan a lot less viable. Although if we just draw sleep right now, we could win out of nowhere, but we're not going to draw it. It hates us. Oh, hello there. Thank you. I love sleep. That's what I said. 8, 9, 10. It's just lethal. You know, our deck's fine. As long as you draw sleep at the right time. Yeah, I know what they mean with their sad face. They'll think it's funny when they watch the video that the first 2 matches involved me never drawing sleep and it was good and always drawing it when it was bad. All right, let's just do that again. Win a game off of sleep. Yeah, I don't think we change anything. I was considering it. We could think about the Scholar, but I think Havoc Devils is just better. Scholar potentially draws us into sleep, I guess, but who needs it? Who needs sleep? Isn't that a song? No, but we do. We need sleep. But we want to make our opponents sleep. So hopefully too many of our opponents have been caffeinated so far. Sleep can be savage. It's pretty good. Omen Speaker, stop any early aggression there might be. They let me play first. Interesting. Decreases the chances I draw sleep? I don't know. Play Omen Speaker here. I'm happy with both of these, I think. They'll both come in handy at one point or another. I mean, less happy with the Gearsmith Prodigy, but yeah, let's put it on the bottom. We'll draw it. Don't have an aggressive start this time, but we didn't either last time. We just drew sleep after we built up our board. Right, player Prodigy. Then we'll draw Tormenting Voice, but we probably play Havoc Devils. Correction, we definitely play Havoc Devils, but the Tormenting Voice will come in handy later. Dude's going to beat us down again. This time we're getting out a big creature a lot earlier, though. Unlike last time. Plus we have Dwindle. So we did win one game because of sleep now, so I can't keep complaining about it, but I just hate the variance on that card. Wind Mages again, man. So Disperse could give us... Ooh. That might be good later, huh? Disperse can give us a nice blowout here if they decide to block. If they don't block, I think I put Disperse on one of the Wind Mages. If they do block. Yeah. So yeah, I think we'll Dwindle a Wind Mage. So sleep isn't quite lethal at this point, but we're not super far away from it. Something scary is happening, I think. Okay, well, Disperse will be useful against that. I really wish I had the mana up when it happened, but I'll take it. Yeah. That's what makes Knightly Valor good, though, is you get the Knight token either way. Ooh, That's even better. Yeah, because it gives us another creature. So get rid of that Knightly Valor, though again they do get to keep their Knight token, but we also bounce their Wind Mage, and we add to our own board, and then that also lets us attack with our Havoc Devils. Go to 12. Just do it. I don't have sleep or anything. Okay. That was stupid of me. To put it lightly. Yeah, I think we killed a lifelinker. We definitely made a mistake there. I was thinking I would kill both if they blocked, or I was still thinking I had disperse somehow. Obviously I didn't. So yeah, it was a bad decision with sleep in my hand. So may have just thrown the game away. If I still had disperse up, that could have been awesome, but obviously enough I did not. So I blocked the Knight with Omen Speaker for sure. We know they still have a Wind Mage in their hand, but other than that, we don't know. There's the Wind Mage. All right, so we're going to Tormenting Voice here, pitch this land. Okay, that copying Exclusion Mage later will feel pretty good. We're just going to end our turn. We're going to have to play the longer game here than it looked like we might have to play if I had not stupidly attacked the way I did with my Havoc Devils. That's a great thing to disperse, so I feel pretty good about that. We're going to go disperse, mirror image probably. Yeah, we'll take 2. It's even better to disperse if they use the activated ability and then you do it, but we're just going to do it now while we have the mana. So yeah, we'll go disperse. Okay, so yeah. Do I play Havoc Devils or Mirror Image here? Probably the Devils. Yeah, and we'll just end our turn there. So that gets us up to 7-8 damage. Plus we're going to play Mirror Image and probably bounce something. I mean, we may just sleep right away, actually. We'll see what happens here. Removal is not ideal. Okay, that is pretty useful. It makes this a better attacker. Yeah, I think we'll play the Apparatus. Yeah, getting it bounced hurts. So that's part of the reason I'm holding on to Mirror Image. So let's attack with Gearsmith Prodigy. Yeah, just the Prodigy's going to attack. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and kill Aven Wind Mage. All right. And we'll end our turn. We do lose a 2-2 in the process, but I think it was worth it. Play the Serpent again. Come on. God, oh no, Angel. That's a lot more problematic, isn't it? Crap. Do I play Mirror Image as a copy of Havoc Devils at this point? We're pretty much dead, unfortunately. We're going to double block this guy, but the 2 flyers can kill us now. So we're going to have to use sleep. So I probably should have just taken... I'm horrible at playing sleep. In addition to the fact that I don't like how much variance it has, I'm horrible with it because I should have just taken that, then used sleep and just gotten in for a bunch of damage. But I'm a fool. I mean, I wouldn't have gone in for that much more, to be fair to me, but it would have been more. Do I mirror image, copy my exclusion mage, get back my own Havoc Devils and play it and then sleep? And hope we survive another turn? It's probably my best play. Oh, I can't do that all, though. Would be, right? If I had 7 mana. Don't want to bounce Angel of the Dawn. We know they still have a Frilled Sea Serpent. It's probably just better to play another big creature, honestly, than it is to bounce anything here. So I'm going to play Mirror Image and copy Havoc Devils. And in my turn, and hope they can't kill us. Then sleep and try to win off of that. There's no guarantee we do. If I hadn't gotten my first Havoc Devils killed, we probably had a chance, but... They're like afraid to play their Sea Serpent again, which is smart. They're not necessarily afraid, but because of sleep, it's a little dangerous. They need to be able to play a blocker, right? So anyway, we're going to cast sleep here. We know they have a Sea Serpent, unfortunately. Yep. Yeah, but you have a Sea Serpent this time, so you're not in as much trouble. Unless I draw another sleep. Or a bounce spell, but I don't think we have those left. So here comes a Sea Serpent. And we're dead next turn unless we get something good here. Does that win us the game? Potentially. Potentially does. Let's attack with everything. Depends what they take and don't take. And what they have in their hand. Ah, crap. What are you paying costs for? Disperse? I got scared. I think maybe they just clicked on their Sea Serpent too early. Okay, that should do it because we go Surge Mare. That does 7. Looks like we're going to get there thanks to sleep. So in the end, you know, sleep bailed us out despite me playing horribly considering it was in my deck. And we went 2-1, and it was largely because of sleep. So it's a strong card, but we also did see times when you draw it when it's not good, and those are always frustrating. So, but 2-1 in the end, not too bad. I'll see you guys in the next draft video.